Hello and welcome to the latest video from avforums.com. Today we're going to be looking at the picture settings we obtained when calibrating the Sony KD-65X8505C. The first thing you want to do is press the action button on the remote control, which brings up this menu. Scroll down to picture, press the enter button in the centre of the remote, choose the picture mode Cinema Pro for the most accurate out-of-box image. Auto picture mode, leave that off. Brightness, you can set this with a low plooge pattern. For our room in a dark environment, we did 39, which gave an output of about 135 CDM. Light sensor off to avoid fluctuating screen brightness. Colour left at default. Then move into the advanced settings. The brightness control is actually the backlight control, is the same as the setting on the previous page. Contrast we set at 90 to avoid clipping in the whites while showing the most detail. Gamma we had down at -2, which gave a flat response around about 2.4, which again suited our dark room conditions. Black level is what actually traditionally is called the brightness control on most TVs, but it's more accurate labelling from Sony, to be fair. We actually had this one down, which didn't crush any details in the blacks. Black adjust is not necessary. Advanced contrast enhancer, that activates the local dimming feature on the 8505C, which is, to be quite frank, poor, so we turn that off. Now into the colours, that's the global colour control, which mainly controls the luminance of all the colours. Use no need of that. Colour temperature expert 1 gave the closest white to D65. Then we go into the advanced colour temperature section, which is actually the white balance controls, and just very minor adjustments here. I want to take a look. There is actually a 10-point control on this TV, but it was not necessary for a flat grayscale response. Back out, one too far. Go down to the clarity settings. Sharpness at 50 was neutral. Relative creation, you can play around with this, to be quite frank, but the default manual settings are good for scaling and don't really have a negative impact on HD content. Motion flow, again, you can play around with this to suit your tastes. Personally, I'll have this off, definitely for film content. It's actually a really good system, so you can mess around with it to your heart's content, but the standard and the smooth are quite aggressive. So have to play with the custom settings by all means for faster moving content. Film mode engages the cadence detection for interlaced content, and you can have this low, off, which we wouldn't advise, or high, which actually adds some motion flow interpolation, so we'd avoid that, to be honest. So we have that in low. Back out of the menu, and that concludes the look at the picture settings for the Sony X85X8505C. You can see more videos at avforums.com/videos. You can also follow us on Twitter, and why not like our Facebook page. Thanks for watching.